We have the question answers, page number 38. So here we go. First question we have here is, how many daughters did the royal couple have? Answer, the royal couple had 9 daughters. Second, why were they named after the months of the year? Answer, the queen had a tough time recalling all the names, and so their names were changed after the months of the year for her convenience. Number third, the king had a peculiar habit. What was it? Why is it called peculiar? Answer, his habit had been peculiar in the sense that he gave away gifts to others instead of receiving them on his birthday. Number 4. What was Princess September's reaction to the loss of her parrot? Answer, she gave a very strong reaction and kept on crying all the while. Every effort was made to comfort her, but all in vain. Even she stopped taking food. Fourth, part second. What was her mother's reaction to it? Answer, mother was unaffected by all her sobbing and drama surrounding the parrot's death and called it stuff and nonsense. Question number 4, part 3. What do the reactions indicate about the nature and temperament of each? Answer, the princess was very simple and kind-hearted, besides being sensitive. She was stricken with grief when her parrot died. The queen, on the other hand, remained unmoved and offered no word to console her. What pulled the princess out of her gloom? It was a little songbird who, with his melody, had created such a magic that the enchanted princess forgot all about her loss and appreciated his song. How did the maids of honor come to know that the princess and the bird had become intimate friends? Answer, when the maids of honor brought in breakfast for the princess, they were amazed to find the little bird eating rice off the princess' hand and then producing the loveliest song ever heard. The rapture and ecstasy of the princess at this song was enough to tell them they were intimate friends. Number 7. The new bird was full of new songs, but the old parrots always repeated themselves. What did they say? The old parrots only repeated what they had been taught. They could only say, God save the king and Pretty Polly. Question number 8. What is the king's opinion about the counselors? Why did he form that opinion? Answer, the king had a low opinion about his counselors because, like parrots, they too repeated the same thing differently. The question number 9. The 8 princesses made an offer to Princess September What was it? Answer. They offered their pocket money to Princess September to buy another parrot, as the old one had died. That was 9 first, this is 9 second. Why, in your view, did they do it? Answer. Other sisters of the princess were jealous of September's new possession of that little songbird, who sang so beautifully that it created some sort of magic around. This envy drove them to hatch a plot by which they wished to separate her from the bird. What did the sisters advise the princess to do about her bird? Or they advised her to put the little bird into the cage lest he should fly away for good. Now here we have the question answers from page number 43. Question number first. In the following sentences, elaborate on the parts given in bold. Under the circumstances, it was a very unfortunate remark for the bird to make. Answer. The sisters instigated against Princess September and tried to create suspicion in her mind about the bird. They remarked, if her bird returned, she should consider herself lucky, and if he ever did, she should pop him into a cage for his own good. When he returned, he made this revelation that he nearly missed coming that night because his father-in-law had thrown a party and he insisted his staying back that night. Question number second, part first. What did Princess September do to ensure safety of her pet? Answer. To make sure that the bird remained ever with her and that she never missed him, the princess gripped him firmly and put him inside a golden cage. Next, question number second, part 2. How did the bird react to it? Answer. At first, the bird failed to understand why she held him so firmly. He thought it might be out of love, since she missed him so dearly, and so he was great thought. But when the bird was thrust inside the cage, he was utterly shocked and asked her in disbelief, what joke was that? Question number third. Why did the bird refuse to be taken out in her cage? Answer. According to the bird, it was not the same thing as being free and moving about as per one's wish, when compared to being taken in the open in a cage. Looking through the bars at the open blue sky did not give the same pleasure to the heart, and so such a freedom is not worth having it. Question number 4, part first. What persuaded Princess September to give the bird his freedom again? Answer. Upon coming to learn that freedom was the only option for the bird to survive in the world, In this world, the princess decided to let him go and have his life. For the bird, song was life, and if he was not to sing, he could not live. Again, the condition for a song was to have liberty, and with it, song flew spontaneously out of his heart. Question number 4, part second. How did the bird react to it? Answer. After getting the desired freedom, the bird was naturally very pleased. He was grateful to the princess as she realized the pain of his heart. Before taking a flight, the bird promised it to the princess to return and sing the most beautiful song. Question number 5. Princess September kept her window open day and night. How did it help the bird? Answer. The open window was an open invitation to come and sing. The bird enjoyed this freedom without any kind of restrictions, and it backed him up and helped him pour his heart out, singing the loveliest song ever learned. Question number 5, part second. How did it help the princess herself? Answer. The open window attracted all the goodness of nature, fresh air, light, warmth from the sun, sweet fragrance of flowers, sweet song of birds. All these elements helped her develop her personality and emotional well-being. Question number 6 and the last from this chapter. Are the 8 sisters kept their windows shut? How did it affect them? Answer. The sisters held a different viewpoint of life. To them, natural elements did not play any role in life. They kept windows shut all the time, which negatively impacted their physical and emotional growth, and they grew extremely ugly.